guys. I thought a really good team effort by everybody, coaches, players, staying in the moment, doing the best we could 6 seconds at a time, and I'm really excited for those guys down in the locker room and the coaches. They worked very hard, and now we got one more week. You know, they're all focused on, you know, we're going to enjoy this a little bit, but our focus automatically and already has turned to Connecticut in the final week of the season. I'll try to answer any questions I can.
Okay, can you just talk about the job that you did on Munchie and you know, really on Cincinnati's offense overall?
Well, I thought the players did an incredible job. Our assistant coaches, Bob Frazier, and all the rest of the guys, they put together a great plan, and the kids executed it. You know, it's so hard to get 11 guys to do what they're supposed to do. And I think the resolve amongst our players today was excellent. Focused, you know, little things can get you off if you're not careful. These guys were locked in, and they did all the little things today. I'm very, very proud of the coaches and the players.
Coach, in the second quarter, that 23-play drive that got you 3 points, that was how important was that? Because that could have been a turning point either way mentally for this game, because they're only 7 points down.
I don't think with this football team, one drive or one series is going to be the turning point. This football team's a tough football team. It's been down 2 scores, 3 scores, been able to come back. But I do agree with you, it was an important drive. You know, I thought today, the way we ran the football, that's who we want to be. And you know, we've been there before. I thought the offensive line did a great job. I think Coach Cincinnati and the offensive staff put together a great plan to be able to run it when we want to run it, throw it when we want to throw it, and the players execute. Obviously, Juwan Jameson, he ran the ball very well. He looked fresh. He made people miss. And he kept the things going forward. So it was excellent. To be able to run the ball like that is critical if you're going to be a Northeastern football team that's going to be consistently successful. You got to be able to run the football.
Greg, no turnovers at the quarterback position. That's something you're happy about.
Critical, right? Turn the ball over. I don't know how many games in a row we won the turnover margin today. You know, it may not always look. I know guys want the balls flying down the field, but you know what? If it's not there, don't do it. Punting's okay. Line up, play defense. It's okay. You know, I was proud of it. You know, what we didn't do is we didn't lose the game, and it gave us a chance to win the game.
Hey, what did you do to be able to contain Pete so well?
I thought, again, the players executed the plan. I think Coach Frazier and the staff, they put together an excellent plan, and the players, they executed it the way they're supposed to. You know, that takes a lot of focus. I was really happy for them.
Greg, you guys won the time of possession 38 and change to 21 and change. Talk about what that does, keeping an offense like theirs off the field sometimes too.
Well, that's critical, right? When you're playing against a no-huddle spread, if you're able to 3 and out them and then get the ball back and then have sustained drives, they don't get their chances. So I thought that was, you know, it's all part of the plan, all part of how we felt we could, how Rutgers is going to be, you know, and we're slowly inching back there. It's not, like I told you, we didn't get away from it overnight. We're not going to get back overnight. But it was fun to watch our football team run the ball. That was good stuff.
How rewarding was it? I mean, for you, you talked about how last year's game in Cincinnati was the worst game you played in 5 years. You talked about how, I guess, how it impacted your decision to get more speed back into the defense. And just talk about how encouraging that was, and I guess how rewarding that was to see that kind of come to fruition the way you played tonight.
Well, yeah, it was one of the games that led us to make some changes. You're right on that, and it is. I mean, I'm glad we did it. I'm glad these guys. You know, again, I don't want to minimize last year, but there's a lot of things that went into last year. I mean, yeah, again, I'll say it. We're after 6 games, we're 12th in the country in scoring defense last year. After half the season, the wheels came off for a lot of reasons. It wasn't just speed. These guys are back to playing physical, aggressive, and today very focused defense, which that's what makes me happy. Because if they can focus, they can be pretty good.
What does it mean to be playing for a Big East championship?
It means a lot. Yeah, it means a lot. It's what every competitor is in it for. Right? They want to do things right. I remember when Bob McKay hired me, we talked about it. We said, hey, we want to get there, but we want to do it right. You know, when Tim took over, we had the same conversation. We're going to get there, but we're going to do it right. We're not going to sacrifice what we believe in to get there. So we're not there yet. We're going to have a chance next week. So.
What Greg, was the key to kind of stop the run and maybe make Munchie beat you guys through the air?
To be frank, we ran our stuff. Maybe we called a few more things with a young, inexperienced quarterback there. We felt that maybe that could give him some things to look at. Whereas Zach's a more experienced guy, probably would recognize some things a little sooner. But I thought, you can just see how good an athlete Munchie is. When he tucked that ball and took off, it's downright scary. A couple times I said, I think he's going all the way. Our guy's made a great ankle tackle or something. He's really talented, and when he feels comfortable, he can really zip it. When he hit that dig route again, I think it was no higher than my head, about 30 yards. So he's a talented guy. I thought our guys showed up and played well, made it difficult for him.
Greg, can you remember the last time coming out of the game that you felt maybe was as complete as today's game?
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. These are fun ones when you win the game the way you set out to win. That as a coach is satisfying. Ball control, toughness, play good defense. We've been spectacular in special teams today. I wouldn't say we were spectacular, but we did our job. And that's how a team works. 3 phases working together.
Greg, what about the offensive line? They've kind of, been much maligned. Could you talk about their game?
Just as when things don't go well, when they do go well, I really can't tell you because I can't watch that group. But I know one thing: when your running back rushes for 200 yards, somebody did something. Somebody blocked somebody. So it's never as good as you think it is when you win. It's never as bad as you think it is when you lose. But the fact that we rushed for 200 yards, or Jameson rushed for 200 yards, I'm sure the offensive line made some blocks.
You were waiting a little bit about your comfort level of being able to run the ball in a game like this, and that killed the game with the running game.
Well, you go into the game hoping you can do it. You never know. Your comfort level is depending on the result.
The game developed?
So when the game went on, yeah. You looked at it at halftime. I think he averaged 4.9 yards a carry on 13 carries. I always look at the halftime stats. Because you can get lost in the game if you're not careful, And when I looked at the stats, I said, we got a kid who's averaging 5 yards a touch. Let's keep feeding him, Frank and I. Let's go.
How do you balance next week needing to win, obviously, to get a share first, and maybe scoreboard watching because you may need some help?
We've said it all along. We gave up that right when we didn't do some things earlier in the year. We can't control any of the other teams. All we can control is our preparation this week. So that's what we started. We hit our clock downstairs. It's already ticking, and that's all we're concerned with. We get a little rest when this one's done, and you need it. But right now, there's no time for rest. We got to just focus on our job and not worry about what other teams do or any of that stuff.
Is DC okay?
DC, I'm worried that he might not be able to go. We'll see. I'm hoping, who knows. But when a guy leaves the game permanently, it's never good.
When it kind of sucked, was there a moment where it did sink in for you? Next week's game now is what we hoped it would be. And for you personally, what it was like for you?
What? I try to teach our players that, every game that we've played in the Big East Conference is the Big East Championship game. So it'd be really hypocritical of me now to say, this one really. You know what? If the others if we hadn't won the other 4, then this one wouldn't be. So, we're going to approach it with our same approach. Nothing special. And we'll get ready to go play a road game. Playing in someone else's stadium, their crowd. So we're up against all those things. I haven't watched them. We haven't really had them cross over very much on tape, so I got to get to work. And we'll put together 3 good plans, and our players take care of their bodies and study as much as they can and get ready to go.
It struck me that the stadium at the end of the game in the fourth quarter was as happy as it's been in the game and all time. Allow yourself to look around and look at the scene at the end.
Not really, no.
Was there a moment for you? I noticed when the interception at the end, it seemed like when you ran on the field, that was.
Well, as a coach, when you're winning 20-3, there's only a few ways you can lose that game. And one of them is if they score a touchdown, now they're onside kicking, and now you're into a whole other game. And when Juice made that pick, kind of knew that we're in good shape here. So that's probably why I got excited.
Got time for 2 more
Can
questions.
you just talk about the tackling of the defense today?
I thought they tackled well, without looking They're going no huddle fast, so my face is down. As soon as the play's over, my face is down. Some of the times before the play's over. If it looks like it's going to be a good ending, I'm looking down for the next call. Because you have to get them in fast, because if they sense that you're running behind, then they go turbo. They just speed it up. So we had to make sure they had the impression, whether we were or we weren't, that we were fully in control and ready to go when they were ready to go. So I think we tackled well. I'll look at the tape and see.
Did the crowd give you what you were hoping for all week?
I thought it was loud. A couple times I was trying to get the defense scream out to them, and they couldn't hear me. So I figured, well, that's good. If they can't hear me, then certainly the other team had to use hand signals, and they did. And for the big thing is in their cadence. If you can use a verbal cadence, then it changes everything. If you have to use a nonverbal cadence, although they change it up and stuff, we study that stuff on tape, so we have some good tips on that. Thank you, guys.